Do you want us to give rationale or just?
No, we just need to know,
Okay.
if we've got a tie, we'll move into rationale. But let's just see what the numbers look like here.
21 numbers.
No, I'm sorry,
No, he's
your
saying on
number
both.
one or your number
No,
two?
right.
Oh, Doug
Are
will
we writing
be,
this
Doug will be
down?
my number one. Doug.
Doug.
Yeah, Doug.
Doug. Todd?
Todd?
Doug.
Okay, well, that was simple. You have a salary range already laid out. Doug will,
And do you want to say what that is, just for, I don't know that all the board even knows what that is. That's it.
what was posted that I had heard from the working committee was 110 to 130, which is, given other districts your size in the state and within your conference, you're not overpaying anybody, but you're not gypping anybody either. Doug is going to want to be near the top based on 24 years of experience, and one of the things that you could consider doing, and I think Doug made it very clear that he understands the predicament the district is in. Not that he would hold you over a barrel, but I believe that he understands that you need somebody working for you right now who's present and really doing what the district needs done. So, you know, he's an old pro, and I think he gets that. I think that one of the things that the negotiating team can work on with him, though, is how those days get done. With 24 years of experience, he will get more done in 4 days a week than somebody else would get done in 5 days a week as a knowledgeable suit. Now, I think he also understands, though, how important presence is going to be with what you're trying to do in changing culture and climate, as well as dealing with COVID. So I don't think the guy's going to be any kind of a shirker. I don't think he's going to take advantage of it. But you might want to put that on the table as one more negotiating tool. In terms of presence off campus, you are probably going to, we talked about this a little bit the other night, you're probably going to want to let him go to the superintendent's conference. You'll probably go with him to MSBA and possibly to MREA. Doug was a leader in the state on a lot of education organizations. He was also in, I think, Lions back in DL. But the majority of his time away from the district was spent on educational stuff as opposed to EDA or Lions. I'm not saying that's more valuable, but that's just who he is. You'll need to give him direction as to what you want him to do locally. Your point earlier about this may not be the year to have the soup go to every Lions meeting, you know, understood. They need to be able to call him, get a call back, they need to know who he is and meet him. He's probably got more work to do here than off campus. The rest of the contract you get from MSBA will be pretty straightforward. Doug is looking for benefits. I don't know if his wife has anything through the bank. He has one kid left in high school. Kid will be a junior, and I think he's got a kid in college, so he's probably looking for a family package.
So that being said, so let's say now, normal super contract is 260. So we're not gonna be at 260, we might be 245. I can see some weeks when he maybe would be able to work 4 days a week. So do we look at a 220-day contract at so much per day? I know when we had John Whitby, it was 3 days a week, so much per day.
I can't speak as your attorney would speak. I don't know if you have more power in the contract by making the superintendent a salaried employee as opposed to a daily fee superintendent. I don't know the legal implications of that. Personally, I would be more like, since Doug has always been a suit that's had a full-time ongoing salaried contract, I would say that you would find a number. We would like you to be at 217 or more days, you know, X percent of which could be done virtually, you know, figure out 1 day a week or something, because he could work virtually a little bit. But again, I think you saw how polished he was. It's just not the first board he's worked in front of. He clearly understands that his presence is going to be needed to make the transition work. So, and as long as his wife wasn't listening, he can be here Friday.
I gotta go back to question 7. He just nailed it. I mean, we laid it out there as a planted question.
Well, I laughed because you sent it today so we could put it in there. And I looked at that and thought, well, that's like a red herring, but that's perfect. He told me that he's pretty excited about this district, this size. I think this kind of brings him back full circle to how he started in Fulda as a soup. I think he's pretty juiced up. Did you hear good things from the admin team?
Yes.
Very much so.
Wonderful. Okay. Okay.
So what would be the next step? Negotiations with finance?
I think you guys just need to kind of make sure that the boxes are filled in on the MSBA contract. I'll tell him to expect a call from.
Probably Carly.
Because
So you're gonna let him know.
Because you're not busy this week.
No.
Yeah.
I could
You're gonna
do it
let
if
him
you-
know
I could do it
tonight?
if you don't have time, but it's up to you.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think the initial call is fine from whomever, just to let him know where we
Yeah,
are.
I'll be calling both candidates.
He is the chosen one.
Yeah, yeah, I love that phrase, yeah. But that he can expect a call from somebody in the morning or later tonight.
Whatever.
It's up to you.
Okay.
You're the chair. You got the
Sure.
time to do it.
Call him. Yeah, I
Great.
can call him yet.
Okay.
Trying to see what time it is.
I'll call him and let him know he's expecting a call.
But you need
And
to
take it
phone
from
them.
there.
Yeah, I would say, I don't think I have it, unless it was on his resume, which I have at home, I can.
Yeah, I will
so
get it
you-
to you here.
Yeah.
One other quick thought. If you made notes, are there things that you want to make sure that you encourage Doug to pay attention to? In terms of onboarding, are there any specific items that you think need to be planted in his ear about, hey, we want to make sure this happens or that happens?
I think he gets it as far as needing to be involved with the principal.
Yes.
And be here.
To be here.
I got that he wants to be in the building,
Yeah.
very much so. And we want that.
It's good for the district right now.
Seems like he's looking forward to being closer to the kids.
That's great.
I think you're right.
One thing I didn't expect, being, probably living in an apartment or something here, or whatever, that he would be going to games and taking on some duties. It's like,
He reffed for years, so
okay.
he does not mind going to games.
Well, and I think, like you said, his family's at home, and he's
Right, you're
here,
sitting
I
at home.
mean.
Yeah.
Well, I may as well go to the.
I mean, not like,
Right.
but if he does enjoy, if it's kind of a full circle thing, it's an
Yeah.
opportunity to
He
also
benefits
be
both ways,
engaged,
yeah.
I mean, it's.
One other thing I.
Good with a headset on.
One other thing
You're gonna play-by-play with Dean.
One other thing I mentioned to Carney out in the hall. There's a tool that is used to sort of summarize strategic planning. And it essentially has 3 columns. And in this column, there are 4 or 5 things that are the first things we talk about as a board under old business. Whether it's operations, whether it's safety, whether it's MERVAD, whether it's security, whatever. These are the top 5 things that we spend more time on. There's a middle column. These are things that we're going to have to make decisions on within about the next 60 days. What are we learning? What are we knowing? Who went for a site visit? Who called that business manager? These are the things that we're going to have to get smart about. And then this is all the rest of the parking lot. And I would encourage you to lock yourselves in for a work session with your admin team, Doug, and the board, and make sure that you all agree on what the big 5 are. It might be having the 3 COVID plans, the pre-COVID plans, roughed out prior to the MDE making a decision. But if that kind of thing will help Doug, because he clearly works for you, and he'll give you feedback, and you'll build that with him and with admin. But if you all had that you could look at as a weekly check-in, whether he's making a call to a board member, whether you want to know the status of a big item. And the most important thing is the left column gets done first, the middle column gets a little bit of time, the parking lot gets some attention. But that's just a work session, and Doug would be able to run that with you pretty quickly, I think. Anything else you wanted me to do tonight prior to making calls?
Can't think of anything offhand, so.
Okay. I will call Paul Carlson and let him know that we do not need a mentor for a new superintendent.
Yeah.
I'll let Cliff know tonight that the decision was made, and you guys will start contract discussion with Doug.
We'll still name Cliff superintendent of record on
Thursday
tomorrow
meeting,
night.
yep, perfect. He's ready for that.
Yeah.
Anything from you there, Todd?
We're good? Okay. So I'll tell you that y'all, it's sort of a indoor land speed record for a soup search here. And I appreciate the fact that, I mean, you guys went through more than most boards do, because you ranked resumes, with benchmarks. And you said, look, here's what we know and don't know about these people. You read a lot because these people wrote a lot. I think it helps board members learn a lot about the backstory that you don't necessarily need from here on out, but you learned who they were, and you ran through 2 rounds of interviews with us. So I appreciate how hard you've worked, and this has been great. You guys really pounded this out.
We sure appreciate everything you've done.
Yeah,
It's
it's been a good
been
process.
phenomenal.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll start
To
the
you, too.
conversation probably after MEA, or if we still call it that, whatever, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
After late October, prior to deer hunting season, we'll probably get a conversation started about how to move next steps. So you're able to have some other people involved with input, not necessarily decisions, but get more people involved politically. I would be stunned if Doug didn't throw his name in. I mean, he would really like to be doing this long term. I don't think he plays a lot of golf or collects stamps. I think this is what he likes doing, so I think he wants to be
Darn,
considered.
we thought maybe that golf would be a good.
Yeah, we'll probably get him started.
That was gonna be our next work session.
Well, then I'll start making calls,
Yes.
and if there's anything that comes up and you're moving along on this, let me know about the next steps, all right?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thanks for all your work.
Thank you.
Dean, thanks for the help tonight. No problem, thank you.
Thanks, Bruce.
Yeah,
Thank you, Bruce. Safe travels there.
will do, thank you.
So you'll talk to him and set something up as far as negotiations?
Well, we were gonna stay tonight, and Todd, if you're able to stay on, or I can call you on my cell phone, or however this works best.
Repeat.
Say what?
He'll stay on.
Is that okay, Dale? We got your device.
Yeah, just give it to Tara. Oh, no, I suppose you can't give it to Tara.
Bring it back. Do you need it tonight?
No, I don't need
Give
it.
it back to you tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah, that works.
We'll be together again
Yep.
tomorrow
Yeah.
night, so.
Hope it's cooler than tonight.
Oh, yeah.
I'm starting to beat up.
Do we have
Might
connections
want to
on
go get the
that?
meat locker or something. Hey, thanks for everything, we'll see y'all later.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
take care, Bruce.
You bet. If anything comes up weird in the calls, I'll let you know, Dale, but other than that, we'll just go from there.
Sounds good.
Yeah, thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Have a good evening.
Thank Phil again for his,
Yep,
Yes.
yeah, absolutely, that's part of it.
Whose face do you want to walk at, Todd? Who?
You want the honest truth?
Yeah. All right, I'll give it to,
If you move a little more on the table, we can get them in the shot.
Yeah, perfect.
I just need to hear.
okay.
Put him on the other side of you and he'll be in the video camera.
There you go, now we got them.
You're, look at you, Dan.
And I'm okay with.
Oh.
If it's just a committee meeting.
Did you end it?
You gotta tell me.
No.
Okay.
You ended it, I'm good.
We're good.
End it? All right.
We don't.